Every winter, the road to Pine Hollow disappeared. Snow didn't just cover it, it erased it. By mid-December, the trees leaned inward, heavy with frost, and the path became something only locals remembered. That was why people liked the cabin at the end of it. No cell service, no neighbors, just silence. This year, 4 people rented it for the holidays. Uthan and Marissa wanted a quiet Christmas. Jonah wanted distance from the city. Lena just wanted to feel something again. The listing promised isolation. It delivered. By the time they arrived, night had already fallen. Snow crunched beneath their boots as they unloaded bags, laughter echoing too loudly against the trees. The cabin lights were on when they reached the door. That was strange. None of them remembered turning them on. Inside, the cabin smelled like old wood and cold air. Everything looked untouched, dustless, prepared, as if someone had been waiting. There was a Christmas tree in the corner, already decorated. White lights glowed softly, humming. No one mentioned it. People often ignore small things when they want a trip to feel perfect. That first night passed quietly. They ate, drank, played cards. Outside, the snow fell harder, swallowing sound. When they finally went to bed, Uthan locked the door out of habit. At some point after midnight, Lena woke up. She didn't know why at first. Then she realized there was a noise, a soft, rhythmic crunch. Footsteps. She sat up slowly and listened. The sound came from outside, circling the cabin. One set of steps, slow, careful, like someone walking just to walk. She waited for it to stop. It didn't. Eventually, the sound faded into the distance. Lena didn't wake anyone. She told herself it was an animal. Snow shifts. Trees creak. Morning made everything look harmless again. Fresh snow blanketed the ground, smooth and untouched, except for the footprints. They began at the tree line. One set of human footprints led all the way around the cabin. Slow arcs, careful turns. Whoever made them had stopped beneath each window. Then the prince walked back into the forest. No one spoke for a moment. Jonah laughed first, said maybe the owner came by to check on them. Uthan nodded, a little too quickly. Marissa suggested they stop scaring themselves. Lena stayed quiet. She noticed something else. There were 5 sets of footprints, leaving the cabin that morning. 4 of them were theirs. The 5th came from the porch. That night, the snow fell again. They bolted the door, drew the curtains, laughed louder than usual. At midnight, the power flickered but didn't go out. The tree lights hummed brighter. Then the footsteps returned. Closer this time. They all heard it. The sound circled the cabin again, slower than before. The steps paused longer beneath each window. Someone tried the door handle. Once, twice, then came the knock. 3 gentle taps. No one moved. No one breathed. The knocking stopped. The steps retreated. In the morning, the footprints were back, but This time, there were 2 extra sets. One circled the cabin. The other stopped at the back door and didn't leave. That was when they decided to go. Packing was frantic. No jokes. No excuses. Uthan pulled on his boots and opened the door and froze. The road was gone. Snow had buried it completely. Not covered, reshaped. Trees leaned where the path should have been, their trunks thick and unmoved, like they'd always been there. Jonah tried his phone. No signal. Marissa suggested hiking out. That was when Lena noticed the footprints again. They weren't random anymore. They were organized. Every set pointed inward, toward the cabin. That night, the footsteps didn't circle. They approached. Multiple sets this time, crunching in unison, surrounding the walls, pressing closer. The windows fogged, not from cold, but breath. Someone whispered outside. Not words, just breathy imitation of sound. Then the door unlocked itself. No one remembers who screamed first. By morning, the snow had stopped. The cabin stood silent. Weeks later, a ranger found it during a routine flyover. The door was open. The tree lights were still on. 5 beds looked slept in. Outside, there were footprints in the snow. 5 sets. They led away from the cabin. Only 4 came back. Who do you think made the extra footprints? And why did only 1 set never return? Do you believe the cabin was already occupied before the group arrived? Or did something follow them there? If you noticed extra footprints outside your cabin, would you stay inside or try to leave immediately? Don't forget to like and share your answer in the comment section.